Good morning, everybody. This is part two. The other day, I did a recording on CraftyLink.com for Tuesday Schmooze Day, and sadly enough, the video didn't really come out. So I'm going to redo it so you have something to use and be able to make your wonderful upcycled plastic bottle and t-shirt belt. They're really fun, they're really cute. I did post a picture of the one that I had completed, and it turned out adorable. So we're going to do it again, and I'm actually going to do a couple things different to make life a little bit simplified. Not everybody has a crocodile and a hole punch and rivets and whatnot. So I am going to show you an alternative way to do this. So one of the supplies that you need is a plastic bottle. Obviously, I have cut this one up already. And what you're going to do with this is you want to make a circle. Now, I did not make a perfect circle. It's not going to matter very much because the flowers that I'm using that you see here in front of me are pretty much going to cover the edges. So I'm not too particular about it. But if you are more than welcome to lay down your plastic, take something round and draw around it and cut it out for your personal perfection. The other thing that you're going to do is you're going to take another piece of the plastic, and again, it doesn't matter if print's on it or not, because it's going to be covered up. You're not going to see this. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut it to the diameter of your circle, and you'll probably want to round the edges a little, just so it kind of blends in with your circle a little bit more and you don't have hokey things hanging out. Nobody likes that. That would hurt. So I'm just rounding the corners just to give it a smooth finish. Alright. Then once you do that, you want to take whatever it is that you're going to use as a hole punch, and you want to punch a hole on the top and the bottom of your circle, which I have already done on both sides. Turn it over, and you want it about probably 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. Then you want to take your second square, or actually it's more like a rectangle, and you want to line it up with the holes that you have, and you want to go ahead and punch a hole on one side, and then you want to punch a hole again on the other side. So now you'll have 2 holes on each side on both pieces. Now what I did last time is I took a rivet and put it in there, but this time I'm going to just use 2 pieces. It's just cotton, small little strips. You can use string, you can use whatever you want to do. Something that's going to keep these 2 pieces down together though, so they don't come apart. Alright, so I'm not going to put that on yet because I've got this piece of material here. It's just kind of a cotton. It's pretty sheer, as you can see, and I'm going to adhese it to the outside of this, and then I'm going to cut around it. So I've got my little box here that I'm going to spray my adhesive on. Excuse me, I'm still kind of working with this cold and getting over laryngitis. So pardon me, every now and then I need to take a little sip of my refresher water. Alright, so I've taken my plastic piece, put it inside my box, and I'm just using some tacky spray. That's all I'm using. You can use whatever you want, but I'm just going to spray the outside of it, and I'm using it in the box so I don't get it all over my project. and end up with sticky gooiness. And I'm just going to drop my little cloth on there, let it adhere. Ooh, that stuff is cold. Okay, and just kind of give it a nice little burnish. Make sure it gets all over. Rub it down well. And do it on both sides. And again, you're really not going to see this piece of material either, but it acts as a nice substrate, if you will, to glue your flowers on. So gluing on plastic can be kind of difficult. Alright, so I'm just going to go around and cut the material off to where my plastic circle is. Just going around. Again, you do not have to be perfect at this. It's not a big deal. In fact, if you end up with a few little frays, that even adds more texture and character to the belt. So it'll look nice. I kind of like that little bit of a shabby chic look anyway. Alright, I'll set that to the side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece, my second piece, and I laid this on here, so I need to actually punch the holes again. So let me get that done. Alright. And you know, I could have waited until I put this on there and then punched it all at the same time. It doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal. Take out the little material. Alright, now I'm getting ready to string up the pieces together. I'm going to tie them. So I'm going to run them through the holes. Run it through the second piece. And this is actually, this smaller rectangle piece is your buckle that is going to hold your belt on, which is really kind of cool. Okay, got to be smarter than the average plastic. So I'm going to make a couple knots here, secure it really tight. There we go. Okay. We're going to secure it again. I definitely want a couple knots in there. And you know what I'm probably going to do is add a dab of glue when I'm done with this. Okay. So let me run this through the second hole. And then the buckle piece. I've got a little bit of that tacky glue on my finger and it's sticky to everything. Pardon the sniffles. This is the longest cold I think I've ever had in my life. It's just lingering on. And everybody that I've talked to that's gotten this thing has said the same thing. It's just terrible. Okay. So let me finish tying this off. My fingers aren't working right this morning. Okay. I'm not going to worry about cutting that off yet because I want to glue it first before I do that. So I'm just going to leave it on there. So now I'm just going to start working on the outside on my flowers. And typically I don't like to use a glue gun, but I am going to today for, first of all, for quickness. And I noticed that I enjoyed using the fabric glue. I had no problem with that. But you have to hold on to it a little bit longer, and it's a little bit more time consuming. So the last belt that I made, I used a lot of this turquoise and these coral colors with the lace. And I added a couple little pieces of burlap in there too. This time I'm going to go a little bit more subdued because I've already got a bright one. So I've got some really nice fall colors here. I've got some green and some maroon and some brown. And I'm going to jazz it up with just a little bit of sage. And I'm going to use more of the lace and perhaps even just one or two pieces of the burlap just to add some flavor. So I've got a variety of flowers. Now I cut my flowers out on with a die on my Sizzix. You don't have to do that. You can take a piece of material and you can fold it in fours and just go along and make a scalloped edge, and then when you open it up you'll have a nice flower. Now my particular die cut that I had made a hole in here. I'm not too worried about that because that's going to be covered up anyway. Alright, so let's get started here. I've got my glue gun heated up, ready to go. I've got a couple extra glue sticks in case I need them. And I am going to go ahead and start working on my buckle. So I'm going to start at the edge. Turn that down. I've got that on high, but it's like steaming. I'm going to start on the edge. And what I like to do is around the edge, I like to quarter the piece. Whoops. And then make it stay together on the edges, quartered. I want it up a little bit. I want it raised up. So if you'll notice that when I quartered it, and when you use hot glue, you get all these strings, but we can take care of that later. So now I've got this piece that's kind of sitting up. Ouch, that's hot. See why I hate hot glue? Gosh, I'm going to end up with Band-Aids and Neosporin all over me before this is over with. Okay, so now I've got it. It's all perky and cute and popping up there. So I'm just going to alternate some colors going around. I fold it in half, put some hot glue down, and I leave about a ½ an inch between them because I think I want to come in with some of my lace flowers. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue in the middle so I can get it to stand back up. There we go. Oh, that's just going to be really pretty together. This is more fall colors. And I just love when they just dangle over the side like that. So let me just go ahead and grab one of these lace pieces here. But I think I'm just going to alternate it with lace. Oh yeah, most definitely. Let's see if you can see that. I've got this green piece, and then I've got some lace, and then I've got the maroon piece. So it's kind of coming together. So let me go ahead and glue my little lacy flower down. And you know, you could just use scrap material. And if you don't have any scrap, go to a thrift store. Get some t-shirts, an old t-shirt, whatever it is that you want to get. Or borrow your honey's or a neighbor's. Ask people if they have any that they want to get rid of. You know, just have fun with it. Just use whatever kind of materials that you can upcycle. So I'm going to put a piece of lace on this one. I'm not going to get really too lace happy right here, but I do want to do the two sides with different colors and lace. So I'm going to go on this side now, just absolutely the opposite of what I've done over here. So I'm going to get, these are all made out of t-shirt right here, the green, the maroon, and the brown. These are out of t-shirts. I just went to the thrift store and I paid, wait a minute, I got a couple of these at a yard sale. I think I paid 50 cents for, and you can't beat that, you know. It's a pretty good deal. So let me go ahead and get these down. I'm just going to go the opposite side. Get those glued down. And again, I open it up where it's at the halfway mark on the half fold, and I add a little bit of glue in there so I can just get this to stand up. I want it to be fluffy, not stuffy, as the old Three Musketeer commercial used to say. Fluffy, not stuffy. Alright, so let's add one of these maroons. And I'm just putting my glue at the bottom. You can put it actually on your buckle, or you can put it at the bottom. It doesn't matter. It's no big deal. And then I like to glue over the hole because that glue is going to kind of help stabilize that tie. So here is the half mark. I'm just going to fold that in together and prop it up there. Just let it sit up there all pretty like. There we go. And you're going to put a lot of flowers on here. So if you see the center, don't fret over that too much because you're going to end up squishing a lot of these flowers on there. That's what makes it really live and pretty and colorful. Okay, I'm going to put one of the lace ones in between. Give it some pizzazz. Got to have pizzazz. See how that's turning out? Isn't that adorable? Already. You know, and if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to put flowers all. You could put an embellishment in here, a filigree, some polymer clay piece. You know, just when you make it, just roll it over something a little bit so it's got a nice curvature to it. So there's all different ways that you could go about decorating your buckle. You don't have to just do flowers. Well, today I'm doing flowers, but I'm just tossing some ideas out to you. So if you want to be original and add some more bling or whatever, you can do that. It's completely up to you. I always say, add your own thoughts and creativity and let it become yours. Alright, so we've got two of our sides done. And I was sitting here thinking how I really wanted to go here on, excuse me, hang on, let me get a drink of water. I should have a cough drop in. In fact, I think I will. Pardon me for just a moment. I'm going to slip a cough drop in there and see. I hope none of you get this. It's just the worst thing. Okay, so I think I'm going to add a little bit of the brown, kind of complete my edges. Let's see how much. Oh, I've got plenty of lace. We're good. So I'm just going to put it right here in the middle. And it looks like I need to add another glue stick. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to plop my little brown one right there and open it up at the halfway mark. Give it a little dab of glue. Close it in and fluff it out. There we go. Give it some fluff. Open that baby up. Let it be spring. But I am making a fall one, so that's kind of a oxymoron, isn't it? Okay, and I'm going to do the other side. Ooh, this cough drop is potent. Wowzers. Add that in. Okay. Open it up to the halfway mark. When I say the halfway mark, I mean a half fold. Because you want to put a little dab of glue in there. Again, you can use fabric glue. Whatever works for you. I'm just using the hot glue today because it'll make this project go quicker. We won't have to spend so much time sitting here having to hold it. I'm not going to worry too much about these strings right now. Although my OCD is kicking in, I want you to know. And I want to pull them off right now. Don't like strings hanging out on my project. So I'm going to use these cute little mint colors, add some little bit of flavor. I'm just going to put it in between the brown and the green, kind of separate that off. Yeah, I like that. That looks nice. Okay. Add some on my little flower. And sneak it on in there. And it's already unfolded for me for the halfway fold mark, which is wonderful. Thank you. So I don't have to worry about that. There we go. See how it just springs right on itself? Oh, that's so cute. Love those colors. That is adorable. Okay. Moving on. Oh, it's a gorgeous, beautiful day outside today in Seaside, Oregon. I live on the coast, and if you know anything about Oregon or Washington, you know we get a lot of rain. So when we have these gorgeous days like this, it's just such a blessing. Love it, love it. All the little summer people are starting to come out and enjoy, and spring is in the air, flowers are blooming, so we're going to bloom our own. Yes, indeed. Okay, got another one of these pretty light sage, mint, whatever you want to call it. Some people like to say light moss. I don't care what you call it. I call it pretty. Alright. Get our last one on there. For this color, at least. Slide that on in there. Glue a little bit. And that completes the edge. So this is what it looks like thus far. Now we're going to work on the center. So I think what I want to do is I'm just going to go willy-nilly here and just start grabbing flowers and popping them in there. You know, actually what I'm going to do is this is going to be my centerpiece. I'm going to save that for the center. I like that. That's what I'm going to do. Alright. And I've got these little pieces with it. So I think what I'm going to do for my centerpiece is I'm going to use a little bit of burlap, some lace, another little piece of burlap, another piece of lace, and one more piece of burlap. And that's going to be my center flower. How adorable is that going to be? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to make another little row here, and I'm going to try to go on the opposite colors. Wherever I put the brown, I'm going to do the red, just because I like to mix it up. Kind of like mixed media, you know. Just make it work. And this time I'm not worried too much about doing the center, pulling, you know, how we were opening it up to the halfway mark and putting another dollop of glue. I mean. I'm not worried about that right now, because this is where it all starts to get smooshed, and it looks like a big bouquet of happiness. So I'm not doing that. I'm just going to get it in there. Just let it work it out. Just let it work itself. Gosh, that hurt. Just saying. Ow. Owie, owie. Okay. Let's see here. Like I said, I love texture, so I'm not too frazzled about you know, taking a lot of the strings off and things like that. I don't worry about that too much. Because it kind of gives it a shabby chic look, you know? That'll be fun, huh? Who doesn't like shabby chic? I know I do. It's fun stuff. Strings. Okay, strings. And I'm going to add a little bit more of this lacy flower. Kind of give it some more fun, pizzazz in between. Just going to throw it in there. No rhyme or reason right now. Just giving it some love. Giving it some fun. These little lace flowers are so much fun. All this is I don't know, about 4 or 5 inch lace border, long strip border, and I just cut them into flowers. It was a lot of fun, and they add such beautiful character to everything. You know, you could even drop some pearls in this if you want. If you want to embellish it with some bling, you could add some of the those little fake rhinestones. You can even glitter the tops of some of the flowers. Add a little bit of glitter if you are a glitter queen. I love glitter. I love glitter a lot. Look how this is coming out, people. It's getting cute. Getting really cute. Okay. Add a little bit more fun lace. In between here. There we go. Let's see. Am I missing any place? No, looks like I've got it. Okay, I'm ready for my center flower. So I'm going to take it one little step at a time. And I'm going to put a big gulp of glue. And I'm just going to lay that on there because everything is going to raise it up. So I don't have to worry about smushing it. I just kind of want that to be seen. You can see what I'm doing right there. Okay? So now I'm going to add a bit of lace. You know, and I might put a pearl on this in the middle. Let's see. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. Alright, and another, but I've got this hole right here in the middle. That would be fun to put a little pearl. Okay, one more. Oh, let me use this small one. Gosh. Alright, so far it's taken 1.5 glue sticks, going on the second one. Okay. And I think what I might do, nope, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this burlap one for my center fold out. Yeah, I like that better. There we go. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I can't stand it. Can you guys see this? Isn't that just adorable? What a statement piece, huh? Isn't that cute? Alright, so the next part to this, let me move all my little glue stuff out of the way and the rest of my little flowers. And you can see it didn't take that many flowers at all. You know, you can make this into a brooch from this point right here, or you can make it into a headband. There's all sorts of things that you could do with this at this point. You don't have to necessarily use it as a belt. That's up to you. You know, I've got some tiny little butterfly embellishments that I might add a couple of them on here just to give it some cuteness. Not that it's not cute already. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do is I told you I got this old t-shirt, and I cut 3 strips from the bottom. Now, I've used this to make a couple belts now, so it's now it's looking like there's nothing left, like one of those old crop tops from the 80s. But you want to cut strips going across the bottom, and I cut 3. So, and they're about 1.5 to 2 inches. And then what I did is I just took a clothespin on one end and I braided it down, all the way down. Now the cool thing about this, I'm kind of, you know, I'm getting thick in the middle now. And look what this does. It stretches, people. It stretches. This thing is like huge. So, yay for that. Okay, so I've taken the time already to braid this down because I didn't want to use up all the time for that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of strips here off the arm. Now, if you'll notice, on most t-shirts, you're going to have that seam. Cut that seam off and just use the actual material itself, the fabric. And I'm just going to cut a small little strip so I can tie off my ends. Okay. Got one. And it doesn't have to be fancy. Look, I mean, that's not fancy at all. It's got little yuckies. It's not even straight, but you're not going to care about that. I'll show you why. Alright. Move your t-shirt out of the way. So now we've got our 2 strips, and we're going to tie our ends off. So I'm going to cut the seam. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to take one end, and I'm just going to go ahead and tie it around there to hold it down so it doesn't unravel when I put it on my buckle. And there's a couple ways that you could go about this. You could actually glue. You could glue this part down if you want to together. I don't trust that, so I want to tie it. I want it to stay. I don't want it to come undone when I'm wearing it. Alright, and I'm not going to worry about cutting these off yet, and I'll show you why. So we're going to tie down our other end here. Get that down a little bit. Kind of want to find the thickest part. You know, I might double this. There we go. Alright, so we're just going to make our little knots. And I hope you guys make one. I really would like to see what you come up with. Even if you don't wear it for yourself, make it for a gift for somebody. My God, these are so cute. The other day, I wore it, and people were like, oh my gosh, how cute is that? So, okay, now we've got our ends done. We're going to bring our little buckle back. Now, you remember when we put on our little plastic piece here, we're going to take one end and we're going to run it through. And I'm going to show you why you didn't cut off anything yet. We're going to run it through. Come on. Go on through. And do this gently. You don't want to pull all your hard work apart. To where your tie is, and you want to pull those tie strings out that you just got through tying on your belt. Get those out. There we go. Come on out. There. And tuck it back right up to where that was. Now you've got this piece here. You're going to bring it over like so. So where you're doubling it back. Hold on here. Where you're doubling it back into the belt. You're going to take those tie strings that you've got left over, and guess what? You're going to tie it together. And what I like to do is I like to wrap it a couple of times, and I wrap it pretty tight. There we go. And then I take the other one and go the opposite direction, just to give it some more security. Okay. And then now I'm going to tie it. I'm going to make my knots. And I do that pretty tight. Not to the point where I rip anything, but I hold it down there pretty secure. It's not going to come undone. Okay. So now, our buckle, and I'm going to take and trim all this off. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to trim these pieces. There we go. Okay, so now we have our buckle attached to our belt. There's our buckle. Oh, this is just so cute. Yeah, I think I am going to add those butterflies. That's just going to be adorable. God, I love this. Love these fall colors. This is so cute with jeans and t-shirts. Especially if you've got those big oversized t-shirts and you wear it around your waist a little bit and ruffle up your t-shirt over it. How cute is that? Okay, so now on my ends down here, I want to make some fringe, because I do not want to cut that off. I really want a little bit of fringe hanging down. So I'm going to cut some strips. And again, there's no rhyme or reason to it. And then I'm going to pull on my strips, just to kind of give it that nice little fringy look. Just grab a corner and pull. There we go. You want to do that to all 3 pieces. There's a long one. Alright. Give it some fun little fringe. You know, and you could put beads on the bottom of these as well for a little bit more fun flair. It's up to you, whatever it is you want to do with it. And our last one. Okay, so let me pull that. And I will end up wearing this with jeans, because this is just too adorable. Okay, so now I've got my little fringe down here. Our belt, people, is done. That quick, that fast, that easy, and that inexpensive. And this is a wonderful gift idea. If you need to do a personalized gift for somebody quickly, this is the best way to do it. So here's our belt. Now how it works is when you put the belt on, see, I've got all these little things on here. When you put the belt on, you are going to, here's your belt, it's going through the loops, going around the waist. You're going to take the end, and you're just going to slide it underneath the plastic, and you're done. There. And you've got this cute little fringe. There we go. And you've got this cute little fringe, and there's your belt. Isn't that adorable? Love it. Absolutely love it. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to actually give this away. I'm not going to keep this. I'm going to give it away. So, if you make a comment below this video, right below, make a comment below this video, in 1 week, I'll give you a week to make your comments. I will do a random name pick and put all your names in there and let the random picker pick a name, and you might be the lucky winner of this adorable little belt. I am going to embellish it a little bit. I'm going to put some tiny little metal butterflies on here, and I'm going to go ahead and probably put some tiny little butterflies down here on the fringe as well too. So it'll be all embellished, and I'll post a picture of it, and hopefully you will be the winner of my giveaway. So, may you be the winner. Thank you very much for being here. I love you. Take care. Love to all. Bye.